The way we consume and share news today, it is largely rooted in social media outlets, a reason why it's crucial to look at what's being discussed online, from the hottest issues to trends for our daily social media minute. We're joined by Erica. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's a brand new week.
It is. And it's looking beautiful outside today.
It's funny because Adam was just saying how it's hot. Depends how you view it, really.
But we haven't even gone there yet.
I was going to say, it's only
Yeah.
June. These are mild conditions, my friends. All right, let's jump into our first buzzword today. I mean, when I was watching the news last night, I knew you were going to talk about it, Erica. Even if you're not a fan of these arts world, especially operas and celebrating baritones, this seems like a big moment, an incredible musical journey by a young baritone named Kim Tae-han.
That's right. Kim Tae-han has made history. So just yesterday, he became the first Asian to win the Queen Elizabeth competition's singing category. Now, this particular category was established back in 1988. And for his win, he was awarded by Queen Mathilde of Belgium, together with a prize of 25,000 euros, around $26,800. Now, his victory is significant because it marks South Korea's second consecutive win at the prestigious competition, following cellist Choi Ha-young's first place finish just last year.
So it's one of the biggest classical musical competitions in the world. The competition is named after Queen Elizabeth of Belgium. It's, again, regarded as one of the top three for emerging musicians worldwide.
That's right. The other two top competitions include Poland's International Chopin Piano Competition and Russia's International Tchaikovsky Competition. Now, this competition, Queen Elizabeth Competition, is held every year in Brussels, and it rotates its focus among four different categories, and they include piano, cello, singing, and violin. And last year's competition featured cellists.
Okay, that makes more sense because how are you going to grade, I thought, cellist against a vocalist? So every 4 years, they take turns reviewing different interests, I suppose.
Yes.
I'm sure listeners would like to know a little bit more about Kim Tae-han, the rising star. He is just 22 years young. There's a lot of emphasis on how young he is because it's about a promising future and career ahead.
That's right. He was the youngest competitor, in fact, among the 12 finalists who advanced to the final round, which, by the way, took place over a 3-day period starting last Thursday. The finalists had to perform 3 to 6 songs in 2 different languages, or at least one operatic aria. And Kim presented a total of 4 songs during his performance. Now, notably, he chose to sing a Verdi aria in French, which was a really smart decision because the audience and the judges, and this is French-speaking Belgium, a majority of them were French. Speaking. And another detail I have to mention is that esteemed South Korean soprano Cho Soo-mi served as a jury member this year.
Who's invited to be a juror? That's also an important part.
Yeah.
Cho Soo-mi, I don't think we need to describe her success and big wins.
That's right.
Okay, I can't quite decide if it's a personality trait or it's like a generational difference, but Kim seemed pretty grounded and nonchalant about his win.
You know, I watched his performance on YouTube, and I mean, come on, talk about a beautiful performance. He just looked so relaxed and looked like he was enjoying himself. And later, that is exactly what he told reporters after the competition was over. He said that he didn't feel any sort of pressure. He sang with joy, and then he also thoroughly enjoyed his time on the stage, and he was fully immersed in music while he was preparing for the competition. Now, it's really shocking because Kim officially debuted in 2022, which was a year ago, with a solo recital following numerous local and international accolades. He is currently in his fourth year studying at Seoul National University's College of Music. He is studying under the guidance of Professor
Mm.
Nagonyoung. And I have to mention some other details. This year's Queen Elizabeth competition saw the highest number of South Korean participants ever, 18
Ah.
in total. And apart from Kim Tae-han, baritone Daniel Kwan and bass Chung In-ho also reached the finals. I think Chung finished fifth in the competition.
Look at that. I
Yeah,
mean, if I don't keep up, sometimes, I don't even recognize these names. But now
right.
Daniel Kwan, Chung and Kim Tae-han to celebrate.
Congratulations.
All right, let's jump into our second buzzword of the day. So, in case our listeners didn't know, this year we mark an important occasion, 120th anniversary of Korean immigration to the U.S., and it seems that a team of boaters sailed across the Pacific.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
that's remarkable, right? And we want to learn more
Yeah.
about their journey.
Yeah, it's taken them a little over, well, almost exactly 3 months
Mm.
since they set sail from port of Marina del Rey in the U.S. They arrived in Incheon at 11 a.m. yesterday on their yacht Ignatella. And you're right. This year marks the 120th anniversary of Korean immigration to America. And this expedition team, made up of four Korean crewmen, they successfully completed their 92-day journey on this yacht. And
Mm.
to introduce this crew a little bit, the four members include a 63-year-old Nam Jin-woo, who happens to be the president of the Miju Korean Yacht Club, 69-year-old Yoo Do-yeol, 54-year-old Park Sang-hee, and 49-year-old Joseph Chung. And these four, they looked really exhausted after their long journey, but they were all smiles. They looked relieved. They had just landed safely at their final destination, Incheon, so there were smiles all around.
I mean, they were greeted by sunny conditions in Incheon. So we
Yes.
saw them like smiling, maybe, like you said, perhaps relieved that they arrived safe and sound. But can you imagine in the deep oceans, the conditions they had to face when it was
Um,
nighttime? It's 90 days, 92 days to be
yeah.
exact. I can't.
I'm sure they were really happy to actually step on land
I was
after
gonna
92 days,
say, I don't
right?
normally get seasick, but imagining, because mind you, it's a yacht. It's much smaller than these big
That's
ships that
true.
we imagine of a more steady voyage. But there you
That's
have
right.
it. So
Yeah.
you mentioned that the yacht's name was Ignatella. Is there any meaning behind the name of the yacht?
Well, the yacht is named after the president of the yacht club, Nam Jin-woo, and his wife's Catholic baptismal names.
Okay.
And it's probably like Ignacio and something. I don't know.
Mm.
But that wasn't mentioned in the articles that I read. But the yacht accompanied the expedition along a route that spanned approximately 14,000 kilometers. Apparently, for Mr. Nam, crossing the Pacific on a yacht had been his lifelong dream. And, what better occasion to do so than commemorating this very special anniversary?
Mm.
The other members of the expedition, sorry, they shared, President Nam's vision. For
Mm.
example, one of the crewmen, Park Sang-hee, he was actually back in Korea earlier this year, and he learned about this plan through an acquaintance of his, and he traveled all the way to LA to join the expedition. And Before we wrap the story, I want to talk about this route that our
Okay.
Korean immigrant ancestors took 120 years ago. They departed from Daemulpo Port in Incheon aboard the U.S. merchant ship Gaelic. They
Mm.
arrived in Los Angeles via 통영, Saipan, and Hawaii. And This expedition, they actually followed their ancestors' path.
Mm.
And They also made stops in Saipan, Hawaii, and 통영 on their journey. And yeah, what can I say? The journey was full of ups and downs. They apparently encountered a severe storm in pitch black in the middle of the night. They lacked proper night lights. They also faced fuel shortages during windless stretches.
Ah.
forced to throw away basically discard their refrigerators and food because they had an electricity problem. So everything went bad. But then they also faced a lot of kindness along the way.
Okay.
Wherever they went, they were met with warm welcomes, greetings from fellow Koreans.
Mm.
Whenever they face scarcity with food and fuel, the local Korean Association, they gave help. So,
Mm.
it was quite the journey.
I was about to say a lot can
Yeah,
happen in 90 days aboard a small yacht, but there you go. They've made it and their journey is
yeah.
incredible. Erica, before we let you go, I really want to get to the story. So we're discovering more about Bohemian Rhapsody. Handwritten lyrics suggest Freddie Mercury had once considered an alternative title. It's hard for us to imagine it being anything else but.
I know. This apparently Freddie Mercury had once considered giving the title Mongolian Rhapsody to this now very, very famous song. And this discovery was made after this 15-page folio of lyrics emerged. And near the top of an introductory page, Freddie Mercury apparently he crossed out the word Mongolian
Hmm.
before replacing it with the now famous Bohemian. And the draft lyrics reveal other ideas that were abandoned or reworked, including alternative lines like time for goodbyes now. Is this reality? Mama just killed a man used to be Mama, there's a war began. I've got to leave tonight.
Oh.
So, it wasn't like he wrote the lyrics and he thought, oh, perfect. He went through many revisions and re-revisions of the song, and, Bohemian Rhapsody is now, I would say, one of the most famous songs
Yeah.
in the world of, pop music, right?
And in the history of pop music
Yes.
everywhere across the world. I mean, with the attached film being so successful too, I think there's an entire
Yeah,
generation who rediscovered Freddie Mercury and his successes.
that's right.
One of the biggest mysteries regarding the song Bohemian Rhapsody is the cryptic meaning behind the lyrics. Mama, I just killed a man doesn't make much sense. Screaming Galileo also doesn't make much sense.
No.
Whatever did Mercury have in mind when he wrote the lyrics? Do we have some clues?
No, you know what? Playing guitarist Brian May, he recalled the moment the singer revealed the title Bohemian Rhapsody, and everyone's like, what is this about? And he recently told the press, nobody will ever know what the song means, because, oftentimes nobody had any idea what Freddie Mercury was talking about in his lyrics. So
Mm,
it will remain a mystery
mm,
for now because we will never hear from the lips of Freddie Mercury,
mm,
sadly.
mm.
But anyways, this portfolio that I mentioned, this cache of possessions once owned by Freddie Mercury, is going on an auction
Mm.
in September. And until then, the featured items will be exhibited in London until September 5th, which, by the way, would have been Freddie Mercury's 77th birthday.
Thank you so much, Erica, for today's talks. We'll see you again
Mhm. See
tomorrow.
you tomorrow.
If you're listening to our program using the podcast service, just a reminder that we do go live Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Korea Standard Time. So tune in and help us make the show more informative by giving us your input. See you bright and early on Good Morning Seoul.